Can you share some of the most common misconceptions families have about addiction and recovery?
Oh man, there's quite a few. This is a really good question. One of the biggest things that we see is typically the family doesn't understand the progressiveness of the disease. So they think it's more of a willpower, or they don't understand. And so they use, well, I'll just speak from my understanding of myself. I used judgment and evaluation of behavior and tied the person to the behavior, as opposed to stating the behavior is something that is, I don't want to say incomprehensible, but it's like, I'll hold them accountable to the behavior, but you love the person unconditionally, regardless of what their behavior is. A lot of people struggle with that. They sync the two together. So willpower is typically one of the top issues we see is, I don't understand why I just can't stop. So one of the best explanations that I heard, I remember the effects of use, and his drug of choice was heroin. And he said, the reason why it's so tough, imagine that once you use, you feel like Jesus comes down and is hugging you and holding you. Like, why would you ever want to give that up? And I never heard it that way before. That really changed the understanding that I had. And so hearing how much it hits the dopamine sensors and all these different emotions, that's the part that we're looking at. And that's the part that we go into the core issue, because when you have something that tied to emotion, that the brain goes, I want more of this, that's where we got to do the work in order to attach pain eventually to this and pleasure over here of what we're looking for.
How can family members best support their loved ones while they are in treatment?
So the way family members can best support their loved one in treatment, there's two different ways. Number one is, I tell families this because a lot of times there's so much wreckage, there's so much pain and frustration, and it might sound weird, but it's like, you're gonna get your turn, but if you can write the things down, write the emotions and the feelings down that you want to go ahead and have the conversation with, because when a person is raw, they're not at a place they're able to hear that. And so, especially early on in addiction or of treatment of addiction, is making sure that the person is working through their own issues. We'll always be able to bring up how they hurt, how they've negatively impacted the family. But if we bring it up too soon, it can really send the person back. So the reason why I say it this way is, we created a family program about a year or two ago because we work a lot with the families, but I wanted to get something out that they're basically kind of going through family treatment while their loved one is with us. And it's a 6-week online course, self-paced, that helps take you through the different stages, what to look for, but it helps the family dynamic heal and learn how to have healthy communication. And here's the part that I love, is because it's not 100% success rate. Human beings have the free will choice. So some people come through our program and just flourish and build the most wonderful relationships, great businesses, they go on to enjoy life. But there are some people that don't apply what they learn. They get the education, but they miss out on the application and execution. With the families that go through the family program, they're able to heal and get healthier regardless if their loved one continues their journey or not. And so by understanding this aspect of getting educated, doing your work, so when the person is ready, you're able to have these difficult conversations that says, what happened matters. We're gonna have a conversation. We're gonna start setting new and healthy boundaries of how to address this.